Welcome back to the second installment of the Christmas Extravaganza on the Lost and Stupidity podcast. I'm your host, Tony the Burner. I'm joined by Bailey Joe Hickman.
Howdy, and Merry Christmas, y'all.
And I'm also joined by the one, the often duplicated, never replicated, the one and only Will Hillbilly Howard.
Glad to have y'all here. I hope you packed a lunch.
Oh, the inside jokes today. If you're just joining us, we've already did a year in review. If you haven't listened to that last episode, go ahead. I encourage you to check that out. We're just kind of doing kind of whatever. We're talking about things that have happened over this past year. Some of it local, some of it not. But guys, what have we got next on the board? Do we want to dive into our Indian hen trip, or do we want to dive into a little bit of sports, the whole Lane Kiffin drama?
Oh, man, we have all kinds of good stuff. Let's talk about the Indian Hen corporate retreat, and we'll share some. We'll wrap up one more thing because we ended the last one with a little bit more YouTube drama. We saw the loss of one Matt Carricker and the end of Demo Ranch in 2020.
We did not even mention that.
Yeah.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
So RIP to Demo Ranch and the loss of one
Outdoor Boys.
Yes,
Luke himself. Luke here from the Outdoor Boys channel.
Tommy's carrying the torch with that.
Yeah, good for Tommy for keeping the nickels on the map as far as outdoor content goes.
We can throw in a little bit more YouTube drama with the Botkins.
Yeah,
T-Rex arms.
Yeah,
forgot about that too.
Yeah,
that's a handful.
Yeah, I don't know if you can put that. We can't talk. There's I was about to say some of that we can't talk about on air. It's a family show.
It's a family tradition.
But
good gracious!
As of this week, his Advanced Armament is his new company.
Okay.
So if you're in the market, he's going to do some. I did watch his release video on that. He's going to do like some uppers, some plate carriers,
slings, maybe.
He's trying to do, and it's a cool idea. Like I give him props for like actually making a product.
Sure.
You know, we poo-poo on people like, oh yeah, another t-shirt company. And
right.
And
at least he's making a product.
He's making a product, and he's trying to like test stuff more, get it in the hand of guys that are either in
that are shooters.
Yeah, that are shooters, whether it be law enforcement, military. Like, hey,
competition.
Wearing this gear all day, wearing it while shooting. What do you like? What do you dislike? And so it's a cool concept. And he's obviously a very successful businessman. God bless him and his new wife, or his wife. They've been married for a while now, but I think he said they're about to start trying to have a family. So that's great. More kiddos in the world. And so good luck to his new company. I think it's Advanced Armament. Anyways, you can follow him on Instagram and YouTube.
Well, since we're already off in this, let's just start off with YouTube drama. Let's dive a little more in that. Go ahead with what we can say happened with that.
Sure.
Again, we want to keep this family friendly. If you want to kind of walk out who T-Rex Arms is and what kind of happened.
Okay, so Lucas Bodkins started T-Rex Arms in 2014. 2015? I don't know. We're lost in stupidity, man. We're not great with dates.
Somewhere in there.
Hey, the War of 1812 happened in 1813.
Exactly.
Where was Paul going when he encountered Jesus on the road to Damascus?
That's kind of like I was going. I was like, what my granddad used to say, and. Yeah, where was Moses at when the lights went out? He was in the dark. T-Rex Arms was started at some point.
Yeah, T-Rex Arms was started at some point. Anyway, Lucas Bodkins came up with it in a very cool and man, he really did do a lot for holsters. He started making custom holsters and really kind of developed this sidecar with the carry one magazine, and it's a Pendex carry. I don't carry that way because I'm fat. But, I appreciate
Same, fam, same.
Yeah. Old Love Handle doesn't like the back of that slide.
Boy.
He's a big boy. Anyways, but very, very cool. Grew the company, and not just did that, but did a lot of, not a military guy, not a law enforcement guy. I think he was like volunteer firefighter, but just a great shooter. I mean, really good shooter, and really dived into like how to get better at it, and did a lot on YouTube with the T-Rex Arms channel. So he had kind of this holsters, but then also a lot of training, which, man, that's great. Like, we always like the Second Amendment, but man, if you don't know what to do with it, it doesn't do you a whole lot. And hey, that goes to hunting, man. We talk about that on Indian Hunt, like pattern your shotguns, shoot your hunting rifle, know what your weapon does, self-defense, whatever it is, you need to train.
Yeah, not that's a whole other episode. But again, the best tool is knowledge, because it doesn't weigh anything and you always have it with you.
There you go.
I mean, if you can have the best, warmest high-tech camo and a $2,000 bow and whatever, and
but if the deer don't come in front of
you, guess what?
Guess what? You still a reject.
Oh, R.I.P.
So he
Carl Ray.
He wound up this past year. He hired some family, from what I understand.
He's got the going good. He had some brothers just like, hey, we want to get in on this as well. And I guess somehow or another, him just simply being ignorant to the fact, he realized like, oh, I no longer have majority ownership of my company.
Yeah.
Like, between my brothers, they have 51%.
His brothers and like a family friend, and he, the owner and the starter of this company, it wasn't his anymore. And then the company started going in a different direction, and then they had somebody
inappropriate relations.
They had
inappropriate relations, poor housekeeping.
Poor housekeeping. And then they had an employee that stepped over the line, to put it gently, with his wife. And he was like, oh no. And good on him for that. He was like, I'm protecting my marriage first. And we are huge proponents of that. So he split. He was like, you guys can buy me out. I'm done. Deuces. And went out on his own. And so we had that kind of drama, and now he's starting his own company. The Matt Carricker stuff, basically just wanted to retire. And from what I have found out is that he wanted to just be done.
And for those who don't know, Matt Carricker, Demo Ranch has been around. Like, he is not just in the gun world, because we're operating a little bit niche here, but just as a YouTuber,
huge.
He's massive. Yeah. Like, yes, he's one of those people. Like, when some of the stuff came down about what can you say and not say and show on YouTube as far as firearms, like, he got a phone call with YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube called him and was like, hey, we're letting you know this because we know how big you are.
Yeah, that's, for those who don't know, because I dabble in YouTube, how big a deal that is. You can't do that. Like,
yeah,
they give you like you get like a weird fax number and an address in California. Like, there's no way to contact YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is notorious for, if you're not big enough, they are not talking to you. There's no customer service.
So he was such a force in the YouTube world, and he's been doing it for so long.
And we're talking 3 channels at one point he had. He did wind up selling the Vet Ranch. But we're talking Vet Ranch, Off the Ranch, Demo Ranch, all in the millions of subscribers.
And him wanting to retire, and it's interesting, and I really blame it on the toxic environment of social media and just the draining environment. Now, he didn't come out as say it as much as bluntly as I just said it.
He did say in interviews they had a stalker show up to their house, and about 10 months before he quit, he took his wife and kids off of everything.
Yeah,
because his Off the Range thing was a vlog style channel, and his wife and his kids were all over it. And they had, apparently, I saw an interview with him, and he said, no, we had an incident where a guy came up to the house, and we're not sure how he got there. And that's when his wife was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
And his kids were getting to be high school age, and he was like, man, I don't want them to have this life. I don't want them to have to deal with this. He's like, and I don't want, and ultimately, I think what led to him retiring was he's like, I don't want to do this because I want to be able to enjoy my kids, before they're adults. I think his oldest, he's like, in 6 years, she's going to college. And I've spent all this time either running the veterinarian clinic and that's one thing that, like, doing YouTube, that's one thing. Luke Nichols, I just watched a video with the Outdoor Boys, My Outdoor Life, did an interview with him. And it was a really good one. And that's one thing Luke Nichols was saying. He was like, I don't think people realize doing content creation, if you do it full time like those guys do, it takes up all your time.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you do it part time, like a lot of these guys started doing it part-time. Turner can attest to this. The burnout rate is insane.
It is.
You're, every minute of content, you're talking hours of either filming, editing, production, whatever.
Oh, I can attest to that. Again, and I'm just, small fish. I think
Sure.
we've got 2,700 subscribers now on that little channel. But even
Doing
just
great.
that, I have taken a huge step back this year compared to last year, and it's still, been growing. It's been growing more than it ever has.
by the grace of God.
By the grace of God. But I took a huge step of making content this year. I've taken a sabbatical the last couple of weeks. We haven't put out a podcast or any new content on YouTube because, like you said, people don't realize how time consuming it is and how much drain and burnout is. Of when you get to a point where, like, man, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of making videos. And
I think Luke Nichols, I'll send y'all, we didn't get to talk about that, but I'll send y'all that interview that he did with My Outdoor Life. And he compared it to, he said, I don't think this is going to be like, he said, YouTube is still relatively young compared to like
Sure.
music industry, Hollywood, professional sports. He said, to me, YouTube is more akin to professional sports than Hollywood. He said, because of how much more effort you have to put into it. He said, I don't know that you're going to see people doing this 40, 50 years. He said, I think
That's
probably
interesting.
see more people doing it 10, 15, 20 years and then retiring.
Well, see, and to that end, there's another, we talked about it on the last segment, our last installment, Lee Ellis with Seek One Outdoors. He keeps saying it, like, I would not be shocked if he hangs this up in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Because of now with him, it's more of the toxicness of it.
Sure.
I'm sure he's getting burnt out on the making the content, but just dealing with people, and it's not even real people, dealing with the internet, dealing with the trolls, dealing with all the negative attention, and Lee, again, I don't know the guy, but if you have a problem with Lee Ellis, again, what we see, what we know of him, we don't know him behind closed doors, but he's probably the most down-to-earth, kindest dude I've ever seen on in the hunting world, period.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how
He's chill, man.
yeah, I don't know how you look at him and go like, you know what, I have a problem with him.
Yeah.
But just the amount of accusations and nasty things said about him, and it's just like,
oh, yeah.
It's got to be exhausting.
It has to be.
Said,
it
think
is.
In a couple of years, like 3-5 years, like I would suspect to see him have a social media presence similar to that of Levi Morgan.
Yeah.
Especially Lee's been recently married within the last year. So
I was about to mention
once
that.
he starts having children, I suspect that would be reeled back.
I think so,
maybe
too.
like Donnie Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even they're much bigger and more mainstream, but this year is kind of when I think they did it / last year. Even the Dude Perfect guys, they actually had a big buyout at part of their company, and they had an interview talking about it, and they specifically said, they're like, we either need help doing this as big as this has gotten, or we're about to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we prayed about it because they're Christians, and I appreciate that, but they're like, we feel like we needed to keep going. But they got a guy from the NBA who helped run the media for the NBA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It shows how big
to step away from the NBA to go to
Dude
this
Perfect.
YouTube channel.
Dude Perfect is an empire now.
Oh, absolutely. But still, that speaks in a volume to Dude Perfect.
Yeah, to what they built. But they were like, if we either need help or we're hanging it up. And I was like, that's but thank God they're keeping going, because I don't know if you guys saw it, but they did drop yesterday Dude Perfect Outdoors, and they did a dove hunt. It's very good.
I watched it.
The cinematography was great. Dove hunt.
Well, no, I'm not even going to say that.
It was fine.
I have to
look like me dove hunting out there.
I have to catch myself. I'm going to be perfectly. I think this is what our audience appreciates about us. I'm about to be perfectly candid.
Sure.
With everybody. I have trouble watching the Dude Perfect, their new outdoor channel already.
Really?
Here's why.
No, go ahead.
No, because it looks so great.
Oh, that's a good point.
And I suffer from a bit of jealousy. I'm not gonna lie, because
it's polished.
it is so they are on their stuff. It's the same thing with what is his name? Levi Morgan's brother. He does all his filming. And Micah Morgan stuff. Like I watch it and I love it, and then by the end of it, I'm like, what?
Yes.
That was Bailey.
Oh,
As usual. Every time.
Every time.
Get him! Go outside, nerd. We ain't got time for your useless chime-ins. But I end up by the end of, and this is just my OCD content creator brain, I look at it and I go, my stuff looks like trash. It's like
when we seen those guys at the gas station headed to that.
Oh my goodness. So
them looking like real duck hunters. I'm gonna move my truck. I'm gonna be on the other side of the park.
We literally did. They pulled in, brand new GMC Duramax, aluminum dog boxes in the bed.
Polaris 4-seater enclosed Ranger.
Boat.
They got heat and air in the Ranger.
Yeah,
we don't have
right.
heat and air in our trucks.
Exactly. And me and Will were both, I was like, Will, I said, did you get a little jealous? And he's like, yeah, that's why I pulled my truck over here. I didn't want to be by.
Hey, there's a great segue. If y'all want to talk about the Indian Hen corporate retreat.
That's a good segue. That is a good. So
there I was. At a gas station.
And I'm going to drop a video for this. Again, this podcast is separate, but for those who don't know, how this kind of got started is that we do a outdoor YouTube channel called Indian Hen Outdoors. It's more gun reviews and gear reviews, and again, mostly us acting stupid. But we've kind of this
is 100% stupidity. That's only 50% stupidity, 50% outdoors.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's a good number.
It's like fertilizer. It's 13. I don't even know what these numbers mean, but I got a buddy of mine at work. He said he went to go get fertilizer, and he's like, "Let me get some few bags of 13. So like, we're out of 13. He said, I went into panic mode. I don't know what these numbers mean. That's just what I get.
Oh my goodness.
He started naming off other numbers. I'm like, I'll take whatever you give me, ma'am.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Do you think it helped?
It helped.
Yeah, right. Anyway. Oh my goodness. So I got lost in stupidity there.
Second year running. What do we do for Indian Hen corporate retreat?
We have kind of made it a tradition. We have a yearly duck hunt, and we did that. And it started, and I'm going to drop a video soon. Like I don't remember if it was on. Anyway, I'm going to drop a video soon. Been taking a little bit of a sabbatical from content.
Show.
But to start things off in typical fashion. Me and Will said because we do this to ourselves. We say, hey, we're going to do something, and then we add stuff to it. Me and my wife do the same thing of like, hey, it's free. Hey, we're free this weekend. Well, hey, let's not do anything. Hey, let's go do this one thing. Well, while we're over there, we could do this. We got time. It turns into Mr. Incredible. Oh, I got time.
Yeah,
I got time. Like, oh yeah. But me and Will were like, well, hey.
So it started with Will got a duck draw.
Yeah.
For Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. And
then
so
what did you two do?
Well, what we did is because I work night shift, and so I'm going to take off anyway, so I don't have to drive up there in the middle of the night.
Sure.
And so I said, hey, well, I'm taking off anyway. Let's leave Thursday morning, and we'll deer hunt on public land and have a nice little camping trip. Will and myself will hang out, cook something over fire, and then we'll get up and duck hunt Saturday morning. That was the plan. I would like to out myself. I'm about to get so much judgment. I set myself up to failure because my son's 5th birthday was also on Saturday.
On the day we had the duck hunt.
Now, that being said, people, hang on.
That's 3 hours away.
Me and my wife talked about it because we only do this trip. We call it the corporate retreat, but we only get to hunt and hang out in the hunting situation once, maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
We don't miss this. So we said, me and my wife talked about it. We're going to do the birthday party a little later in the afternoon, make sure I have plenty of time. I'll get back, no problem. The problem is I have now crammed my weekend so full, and well, let's just continue with that. So we're going to leave it when, Will? When did we say we were going to leave your house?
We said we were going to leave my house at 8 a.m. Friday morning.
What time did we leave, Will?
I think it was 10:20. We pulled out of the driveway.
Off to a banger start.
So I get there, and through no fault of Will's own, he had sick kids that night, and he hadn't been to bed.
Will was a trooper for coming in the first place. Like, I was shocked that Will came.
Right.
But again, we all try to like bust butt to get here.
And I was about to get myself in trouble. Some people don't take any effort to be anywhere at any time. But anyway, so anyway, lots of inside jokes today. But Will is packing when I get there. Well, that's okay. So I'm filming a bit and messing around, and right out of the gate, we're going to try to crank the 4-wheeler and load it up.
Oh, Lord, that's a sore subject.
So Will, what happened to the 4-wheeler?
It just wouldn't crank, wouldn't take. I acted like the carburetor was flooded. It's like, ain't this fantastic?
So Will's wife is taking pictures of us and are filming us because we can't get this thing cranked, and we need it for the trip, and we're praying it cranks when we get there. So we ended up pushing it on the trailer and loaded it by hand. And, Will's bad back and my old raggedy butt out there slipping and sliding in that red clay trying to load it up.
And I'm of no help because I'm laughing at work, sitting in a nice warm office because I didn't have to be on a job site. So I'm just sitting in a warm office of them sending me pictures of them trying to load this 4-wheeler because they were going deer hunting on Friday.
Yeah.
And I was going to work until 5 o'clock and then cut out because I live further north than them. I was only an hour away. So I was like, I'll meet you guys up there at 6. So y'all finally get up there.
No, hang on.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, don't get ahead of me because we ain't left yet. And then I go to looking through my stuff, and we're going to
Oh, my word.
I have, for context, it's been a running joke in our friendship that I'm going to buy Will's muzzleloader for like 4 years now. And I finally did. It's been a joke every year. Hey, you going to buy this? Yeah, I'm going to get it. And then we never do it. And so I finally got it, and I cleaned it up, which was another story. Me and Will both forgot that it had not been cleaned in that spans since it had been shot. And anybody that owns a muzzleloader knows you don't do that. And so I spent the morning. Here's what happened. Here's what set it up. So I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go meet Will. And I go and I get in the shower. Okay, well, anybody that knows, you clean a muzzleloader out with hot water to get that black powder out. So I take the muzzleloader at 6 o'clock in the morning in the shower with me, as one does. So I take my shower, and then I take shower head, and I sit there and clean my gun out.
Turner's wife came in and was very concerned.
Turner, what are you doing? I'm just testing the mouth feel on it.
Oh, goodness. So, all right, now here's where the problem is. The breech plug in the back of the muzzleloader, I set on the back of the toilet and left it there.
That's an important thing for later.
So fast forward to Will's house, and I opened the muzzleloader. For whatever reason, I don't know why I took it out of the case. And I hold it up. I said, Will, do you see anything missing? And there's just big gap back there where the breech plug's supposed to be.
All the daylight you could possibly want shining through that sucker. It's like, I see something.
Well, so now it's like, well, fortunately, my bow has been in my truck since October, and fortunately, it was still on target. But yeah, so you were saying we finally left, and
I was just saying, so y'all finally got up there, and I'm getting all this through text messages and cracking up at work. So y'all were going deer hunting. Did you see anything? Let's hear how that went.
So there I was.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we get up there. I'd never been to this place before. Turner kind of dropped me off. It's like, all right, here.
Put him in my spot.
Fine spot, if I do say so myself. And I go in. I zigzag all over this tract of woods. I go in, I hang a right, go a ways, hang a left, keep going in, hang another left. Kind of made like a giant.
Did you ever play Snake on your cell phone in the early 2000s?
That's basically what I'd done. Cause I wanted to zigzag through there, just kind of look at this tract. I was easing through. Finally,
get the lay of the land. Get some sign.
Finally get to the spot. I'm just like, oh, this seems promising. I'm gonna shimmy up this tree, and I got one of them there saddle stands. I like it. I really do. I need a lot more practice with it because I'm not very fast with it. So I shimmy up that tree after fighting for my life to get up there, and I'm set. Well, okay, let me strap my backpack to this tree. And as I'm trying to strap my pack to the tree, out of the corner of my eye, I see just beautiful buck, stud of a buck.
A pointer.
At least. It's a healthy sized 8-point. And he was kind of quartering away to me. Granted, I made a ton of racket getting up in this tree. I was as loud as I could be, and he's about 60 yards away from me, maybe even a tad less. Just not worried at all.
The old deaf deer.
I grab my muzzle loader, and I pull it up, light them up, squeeze one off, and hear my percussion cap go off. And there was just long enough of a delay for me to go, huh? And I picked my head up off of the muzzleloader and I watched it shoot.
Oh, no.
Smoke goes everywhere. And that deer, he sprints off just a little ways. He stops. He looks around. And
that was weird.
Yeah, pretty much.
Will's sitting there in the tree like a Revolutionary War soldier.
He eased on out just as calm as he could be. That tail straight in the air. So that deer ain't even touched.
He didn't get it.
So here's that's tragic. I don't want to make light of that because it sucks. It sucks missing a big deer like that, especially if it's the biggest one you would have ever killed. And this place where, excuse me, this place we hunt has a history anyway. Because I have missed a couple different deer. Muzzleloader hunting up there we make the joke it's cursed, but to set the stage, this is what makes it funny. So this is a strip of woods. It's a travel corridor, and we all hunt it. So friend of the show, Sam, aka Samus Moses, aka Uncle Stumpy, he is at the tip of the strip of trees. Well, about 500 yards down is where I let Will out, and another 500 yards is where I'm at. So we're all within 1,500 yards of each other, within earshot of a muzzleloader. And so we got a little group text going. So this is what happens. Now, to set the stage again, I have taken off work to go on our corporate retreat. When I do that, Will, quit breathing in the microphone. It sounds like Darth Vader over there. It's bad if I can hear it in the headphones.
Anyways,
when I take off, my dad actually fills in for me. He's retired now, and he does that part time. When I take off, he's the fill in. So it involves a computer he has to use, and he had to ask me some questions about it. That plays a pivotal role here. So I'm in the tree, and I think I take forever to get up because I had to say a little prayer there because I was showing my rump a little bit because I was a little bit irritated with myself because I had fumbled around because I had bought a new saddle too. Me and Will got it about the same time, and I'm having some issues. And I got up in the tree, and I finally get settled, and I cinch my tether, and I look because I don't like having a losing my mind, quiver on my bow. I don't like that extra weight pulling it to one side. That's just me. I don't like a quiver. I don't like help me out, guys. I'm losing my mind. You add weight to the bow. Stabilizer. Thank you. It's just a bow. There's nothing on it. Controversial. So I usually put my arrows, I've got a pocket in my backpack, and I can reach behind me Robin Hood style and pick out those arrows. Well, today I had stuck them through there kind of wonky or whatever. So I get settled, and about the time I sit down, I look, and both of those arrows fall out of the tree and hit the ground. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like,
we're great at this.
I have just spent 30 cotton picking minutes trying to get up in this tree and get this stupid thing settled, and I've got to climb my butt back down. Well, about the time I'm having this little crisis with myself, I hear, boom! And I'm like, hey, did you shoot? Sam. Hey, did you shoot? No, who shot? Will? And then Will's like, I think I missed. And we're like, oh my goodness. So I'm sitting there having this moment. Well, then I'm like, golly, I got to climb back down. And I'm like, Lord, please let Will hit that. Even if he, we had to go track it. Like, I hope he didn't flat miss. Well, then at that point, Dad, what is it? What are you doing? I'm in the tree. What do you think I'm doing? What button do I hit on this computer? So I'm having to talk
the power button, Mr. Jason. You turn it on.
Oh my goodness! So
kids and your fangled technology.
So I'm having to talk Danny through how to work that tablet and climb down the tree, and we're going back and forth whether Will actually hit the deer or not.
My favorite is y'all sent me a screenshot of that text message group, and Sam was like, well, what did the deer do? And Will's like, it came over and shook my hand and left. What are you talking about?
He came over the tree. Like, what did the deer do when you shot it? He came over the tree and told me he was all right. He ran away. What do you think he did?
Oh, my God.
So my favorite part of this is that, because that's tragic, and that you're like, oh, man.
It's happened to me.
We've all done it.
Yeah.
But you're like, all right, that stinks. And ladies and gentlemen, it stinks missing the deer. Turner, in some ways, it stinks hitting the deer.
All right, so.
Oh, dear.
All right,
Tell us about that.
On one hand, I had a bit of a deer drought last year, and I was just pumped to see a deer and pumped to harvest one. But here's the problem. It is right at dark. Now, let's keep in mind, where we're hunting is a solid hour from where we're going to camp, where we then have to get up at 3 in the morning to go duck hunt.
Yeah, because check-in's at before 5 o'clock.
Yeah, be checked in before 5.
So I'm not thinking of that. We have already agreed to go, our little group and Sam's group are going to go eat Mexican food. It's a hunting tradition.
Yeah. And where we're eating Mexican food is an hour from where you need to be.
Yeah. From where we were deer hunting to Mexican.
It's probably 20
hour.
minutes. No, you think, what, is that far back to Yazoo? No, you're right. It probably is back.
Yes,
it's 30, 45 minutes from where y'all were hunting.
45,
also just said the city. I shouldn't have said that.
From their camp to Mexican was 45 minutes.
Okay, so 45 minutes drive for everybody to meet and get Mexican.
Eat.
Then an hour back.
Uh-huh.
Then an hour to go where we were going to camp. Because Sam and them were going to keep deer hunting. We were going duck hunting.
Right. So I right there, I've got, you might as well say, with eating.
You got a solid 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours at least. Okay. So right at dark, I had this doe coming, sneaking in. And I had my bow, as I said earlier, the muzzleloader debacle. And in the moment, again, it's great. I'm not complaining. But first deer with that particular bow. So I was excited to break it in. And first deer out of a saddle. And so I had to thread the needle. I was patting myself on the back pretty good because I had to shoot through a donut hole, and where she was at, I had to crouch down and lean forward in that saddle. So it was a difficult shot, and I, hit her right through the heart. I mean, perfect shot. And she went about 80 yards and folded up. However, I know it's like, to quote Boomhauer, you're like, oh, dang, no Ted Nugent, man, you got to grill it, kill it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, So then I realized, we got to take this deer back. We're going to eat. I have to clean this deer. And then I had to go drive.
An hour away to duck hunt.
So at that point, I'm still stoked. I'm like, oh, yeah, man. it ain't that big a deal. There again, back to Mr. Incredible. I got time.
So we all meet at Mexican. Y'all take the deer and drop it off at the camp. Or no, it's in.
No,
Sam's
it was
truck.
in.
That's in Sam's
Yeah.
truck.
So y'all leave and meet me at Mexican.
Uh-huh.
We eat Mexican, have a jolly old time, laugh, carry on, all that kind of stuff.
And y'all left me.
And Will looks at me and goes, "Well, Bailey, we got an hour to go to camp. You ready?" And I said, "Yeah, Will, I'm ready." And me and Will stood up to go pay for our Mexican, and Turner looks up and goes, "I guess you guys are going to the camp, huh?" And we said, "Yep." And we James made him.
Oh yeah, if you've ever watched Top Gear, they straight up James made me, and they leave my butt there. So again, go ahead.
The logic was, I hated just like, well, Turner's skinning the deer by himself. I hated that. But again, we're duck hunting in the morning. If we're all spent and dead, what?
Oh no. Again, y'all
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs
And the decoys.
and push the 4-wheeler?
and the one duck we killed. So no, there was nothing y'all could do. Y'all had to go. And but again, not thinking in the moment. So I go to shout out to my friend Alton. I go to his camp over there, and I string the deer up and start cleaning her. Well, everybody there is spent from several hard days of hunting. And I don't blame them. Again, I'm a grown man, clean your own deer. But I done it by myself, and I'm slow. That's just I take my time doing it. Is that the unanimous truck driver calling back?
That's the anonymous truck driver. Go ahead with it.
We'll have to come back to that. You gonna address that over?
I'm gonna text him, see what's up.
Anyway, so I have to clean the deer. It's by myself, which is fine. But then again, it's late. I'm at somebody else's camp, so now I have to dispose of the leftovers. Well, then I have to take the water hose and clean out, the concrete and clean everything up, make sure, clean my knives, all that, put everything away. Well, also, because we're duck hunting and camping, I have the back of my truck slam full of too much gear. And so I have to haul the remains of said deer somewhere, to dispose of it on,
Right.
And at 10 o'clock at night, I have to unpack every single piece of gear that I own out of the back of that truck, throw the bloody mess in there, then dispose of it, then wash the bed of my pickup truck out because there's blood in the back of it now,
Right.
And then put all my gear back in it. So I didn't roll into the campground where y'all were at until like midnight.
And keep in mind, we're getting up at 3:45.
Keep in mind, we're getting up at 3:45. And not only that, the GPS was doing wonky things.
Oh,
yeah.
my word.
It got me and Will, too.
So if for anybody that's ever been in the Mississippi Delta, those giant crop fields, the GPS took me to one of those roads that cuts across a crop field, like tractors drive on. And it had been raining and nasty. And I got off the road and immediately I couldn't turn around because it was so narrow. And I immediately had to hit 4-wheel drive and just spraying and praying. Like, oh no, I know Bailey and Will is asleep. There's no help coming,
You're on your own.
So finally, I get to the end of this road and I look, and it's not even a road. It's just there's like some oak tree. I don't know what they were. There was some big oaks or something, and there was just grass growing under them around the roots, so it was solid. So I drove by the trees out through the grass until I got to the blacktop road. And so I didn't set up camp. I didn't have my tent. I leaned back the driver's seat and pulled a quilt over myself and slept about 3 hours.
Yep. Yeah, that GPS was all fouled up. It took me and Bailey to a road that simply does not exist anymore.
Oh, yeah. Google Maps says it's a great road, and it is a blacktop that ends a metal barrier, and they have tore that road up so long ago, you can't see where the road was built up. It is just lowland.
Yeah,
I'm like
we-
that road has not
Thanks,
been there
Google.
for years.
they say like we don't need roads where we're going. Yes, we do. We needed them.
No, we needed them.
Doc, yes, we do. Oh,
I have a
Oh.
two-wheel drive.
So I had,
well, is that your truck?
so I had to look around, search on the Google Maps. Like, okay, if we go here and then we go to where we want to go, maybe we'll make it. And luckily, it worked out.
And so, slept 3 hours. We got set up on the duck hunt, and wouldn't you know it, guys, how many ducks did we harvest?
Well, now look, we shot probably 5.
We shot at
Yes.
5.
We
Yes.
saw, and we won't say where this is, but we saw hundreds. There were piles.
Oh, yeah.
of ducks, but nothing wanted to come to us.
But they had to duck to not hit the 747 that was flying over at the same time.
Exactly. They were. Now, the ones that did landed in the flooded field next to us. We could see them.
Yeah, and
We
it
just
was
couldn't get to them.
and it was part of our designated hunt unit, so they were in our block to hunt. But what are you gonna do? You can't get to them. You
Yeah,
can't
they're
shoot 100 yards. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I mean, the closest one.
In hindsight, what you do is you get in the perfectly built blind. It was so comfy.
The blind was nice.
It was nice not to stand in the cold water.
That was last year.
That was last year. What you do is you put your spread out and all your stuff, and you close the blind like you're in it, and then you walk 100 yards over and
Where the ducks are.
and then take a snorkel and lay out there and wait.
But Will did get a very, very nice duck. What did you
just
get?
got
Oh,
a
beautiful.
beautiful, gorgeous Drake spoonbill, northern shoveler.
Yeah.
Gorgeous
Again,
duck.
gorgeous duck, and you're gonna have that mounted, right?
Yep. I'll get it dropped off this week. I didn't get to it last week, but he wasn't busted up bad at
Yeah.
all. Good. Was real careful with him till I got home, and then doctored him up. Put a little paper towel in his mouth and wrapped up his feet and his beak and wet paper towels and tucked him all nice, folded his head back. Put him in a Ziploc
People that
bag.
are not outdoorsmen or are just tuning into this spot, we sound like serial killers.
Oh, look, Will was carrying him just like a newborn baby. But I mean, but he's such a pretty duck. Like he's gonna be great now.
So
He's the
yeah,
only thing that got.
that is the
got
only
shot.
good.
Yeah.
And then
That's going to require more practice on our parts because, I mean, I left my duck calls in the truck.
Yeah.
I'm no expert caller by any means, so
But we
that
didn't
was
have nothing to call.
that was just as well.
There ain't duck.
But shooting wise, for myself, there's no reason that we shouldn't have had 5 ducks.
yeah,
Yeah. But I will say, I told my wife, this is my perspective on it. Last year, I didn't shoot once. This year, I shot once. Next year, I'm going to try to shoot it at least twice and kill a duck next year.
Okay, there you go.
Progress.
So we get everything packed up and had that wonderful, life-giving cup of tailgate instant coffee after that cold hunt,
Absolutely.
and then proceeded to drive 3.5 hours back to my son's birthday party.
And that was an event in and of itself. Will had to go home. His kids weren't feeling good, so he didn't get to come to the birthday party. But before we got there, we got to the field, the flooded field, which was an ordeal in and of itself.
my God.
I forget. We skipped over that.
The Delta mud was horrible, and it's probably a good half mile from the truck,
At least.
at least a half
yeah.
mile. And 3 of us, and we're not exactly small fellas, on Will's 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
That
2006 Honda Foreman 500. That
It had
It's well
more than
past-
500 on it.
it's
It had
past
500 between me and Bailey.
It's past its life, and that was past its payload.
Anyway, we get, by the grace of God, I think me and Turner had to walk half of it.
We did.
We get there to the field, and we go to open our shotgun cases.
Yep, that's and in the dark, and in somehow there was so much that went wrong. I forgot this. I forgot to put a plug in my gun, and so the night that was part of what took so long me getting to the campsite.
you had to make a plug.
Is I took a arrow shaft and cut it down and made a plug for my 870. And I put the case, so I thought, at the very back of the truck. You would think, well, I went through a wormhole or a vortex, and somehow the 870 crawled in its case to the front of the truck, and the muzzleloader was at the back. And so I grabbed the case and didn't look in the dark, and we get down there, on Hell's Half Acre, and I pop it open, and I have the muzzle. Not only do I have a muzzleloader, that's a ticket in and of itself, I have the muzzleloader that doesn't work because the breech plug's still gone. So then I have to drive the rickety four-wheeler back, go get my shotgun, and then we hitchity hike down in there, and we get all the way in the water. I mean, we're in the water, son. We've walked 200 yards in the water, and Will goes, "What did you say, Will?"
We're in the wrong spot. Now, granted, I'll set the stage a little bit more. We get to the WMA.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Change the field.
The draw I got.
I'm still a little irritated at that.
I'm extremely irritated at that because the draw you get, it tells you exactly where you're going to be. You can go on the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks website and look at a hunt unit for your specific WMA, and it'll tell you like this is this unit, this is that unit. We get there, and I couldn't quite remember the number. I was like, okay. I look at the map that's right next to me at the check-in. It's like my name is Will Howard. I'm in this unit. They say, it says you're in this unit. That's strange. Like, I know on the map which unit I'm supposed to be in. And I think about that for a little bit, and it dawns on me, like, they have swapped the numbers.
And we checked it out. Like, I was like, after everything else that had went wrong, I was like, Will, are you sure? But we looked at it. They swapped the numbers. It was A and B, I think, whatever the number was. They swapped A and B.
Those are letters, but.
And I said whatever the number. I mean, I wasn't gonna say.
I know
You're a lot of it. You're a lot of it.
Yeah, we're swimming in stupidity today.
Well, I was gonna say I didn't know how coy we were trying to be with where we were.
I'm trying to be a little coy. It's not that much of a secret, but I'm not gonna give any more hints.
But point being,
they switched the field.
They completely switched it, and they were like, "Oh no, well," and he even said it and was like, "It was no big deal. Yeah, they just probably switched the numbers on it." State of Mississippi. If I've got one of your draw hunts and I have driven 4 hours from my house,
took off from work
to go hunt, I would like to be in the place that you said I was going to be in. And not at 5 o'clock in the morning you say, "Oh, by the way, go over here instead." No. Because, again, you don't know. What if it had been something, what if it had been a gar hole, and now I drove up here like, no, I wouldn't have driven up here if I'd have known this was the case.
No, it was still a pretty good field.
It was. It worked out.
It was frustrating. But with all of that combined, my favorite part.
It's just the point of it.
Oh, no, the point of it, I completely agree. My favorite part of this is that we got there at like 4:30. And we were like, dude,
That's what I thought you were going to say.
We got time.
We got checked in, and we were like, dude, we got like 45 minutes to an hour. By the time all of this had happened, we set up, and we all like sat down in the blind and took a breath. We had no joke, had 10 minutes to like shooting light. We were like, well,
where I picked up, where Turner was like, we get out there. It's like, I think it's in this section, and go out there. It's like there's no blind to be had at all.
Which at that point I'm like, because Will has been talking this whole time. Oh, this place has got the nicest blinds on it. Because I'm, again, on 3 hours of sleep that night, about is the same amount the night before. And I'm like, if there ain't a blind out here, I'm fixing to sit on Will out here in this water.
But
it was fun.
Well, we get back out of the water, get back on the levee. That stinks too. Walking through that Delta mud and just fighting that. It's just, it builds up on your boots and your waders that you walk.
I took my waders to work because we have a heated pressure washer, and I had to use the heated pressure washer to clean the mud off my waders.
But we finally got in there. It was a nice blind, and We etched one out.
We did get one. I had some, and
I'll go back there. It was a great.
Oh, absolutely. Like whenever it comes time to put in for draws, like that's the only one I'm putting in for.
Sure.
And I never had this happen. One part of it was, again, we just miss, but part of it, I was having some issues of in the old 870 is usually pretty trouble free.
Yeah, we need to dig in your 870.
I don't know. I was shooting because I don't typically like for dove hunting. I never shoot 3-inch shells, even though my gun is a 3-inch Magnum.
Sure.
And it was having issues ejecting the spent hull of the 3-inch. I was shooting heavy metals, and that caught me up a couple of times because I tried to pump, and the shell is halfway out, and it catches the edge of the ejection port, and I had to reach up with my finger and flick it out, and then chamber another round. But anyway, Bailey, that's a good segue because we're getting close to an hour mark here
Bailey,
too.
how many times did the yield is jam on you?
Hey, look, we
considering I shot once, 0 times.
well, okay, that's another point because they were making fun of me. They were making fun of me at the camp, like, why'd you put down your double barrel, guys? What happened to me that next day? That's why for a long time I shot a double barrel duck hunting because it doesn't jam.
Yeah,
it don't care how cold it is. And to quote my all-time favorite episode of Meat Eater, and I can't remember the gentleman's name. It's the one they do the dove hunt. And
the fellow makes his own shot.
The guy makes his own shotgun shells, and he said, "Hey, once you hit him, 2 you clipped him, 3 you missed him." But Bailey, you got another little hunting story.
Yeah.
You want to throw that out there? What you've been teasing me with this one?
I've been teasing this one. So we'll call this guy. I'm not going to reveal names because he's just a truck driver that comes and delivers stuff to me, and me and him struck up a conversation. But it's too good of a story not to share. So we're going to call him ZJ. Old ZJ is a typical. How did my wife put it? He's a left-handed hunter. We'll put it. He might not be doing things perfectly legal, but it's entertaining. Now, old ZJ.
Now, this is obviously for radio. None of this actually happens.
None of this actually happened.
Is this legal? I don't know, but it is fun.
That's where we're going. ZJ happened to be delivering me some materials and said, we talked about an area of woods that shall go unnamed in the state of Mississippi. We both knew of this area of woods. And he said, "You ever hunted back there?" I said, "No, I don't think you can hunt back there." ZJ goes, "Well,
not with that attitude."
He said, "Can and should are two different things." I said, "Okay, ZJ." ZJ goes, "Yeah, man, I've been back there, and I'm going to tell you, there's some monsters back there." He said, "Let me show you a picture." He proceeds to show me a 10-point that he killed. Guys, I'm kidding you not. This is every bit, probably 145 to 150 inch deer.
That's dandy.
He looks like he stepped out of South Illinois. I'm telling you, this guy is a hoss. ZJ says, "You believe I killed that back there?" I said, "Well, tell me to." He said, "Let me tell you what happened." He said, "Me and my buddy who lived in this area went back
and I'll be very coy here, but would you say this patch of woods is a little more in an urban environment?"
Oh yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Let's just say that this is not This is
like anti-hero Lee Ellis.
The evil Lee Ellis.
Evil Lee Ellis.
His evil twin.
Because we're not doing this with permission, and we're not doing this with bows.
Yeah. Continue.
So him and his buddy have stumbled off back in this patch of woods. And he said, we'd been back there. He said, we killed deer back there. He said, but we're back there. He said, all of a sudden, I hear up on the ridge. He said, and I'm in a climbing stand. He said, I'm probably, 20, 25 feet. He said, I'd like to climb a little bit higher than normal. He said, so I may have been 25 or 30 feet. I said, okay.
Yeah, so when the homeless person stumbles under you, he don't see.
Even better than that.
Oh, here we go.
He said, I hear up on the ridge. All right, I know you out there. Come on, just climb down and come on out.
Oh, no.
He said, so I proceed to look through my binoculars, and Mr. Green Jeans is walking through the world.
Oh, no.
And he said he walks within about 15 feet of my tree. He said, at this point, I've already committed. I'm not going to say anything. He said he keeps walking around and about
Calm down. No.
no, I ain't gonna. He said about every 50 yards he'd do that again. All right, come on down. I know you're out here. He said he makes a big loop and walks through. He said, and I'm just sitting there trying not to shake. He said, I saw him through my binoculars. He said, all of a sudden, my buddy shoots. He said, he's about 3/4 of a mile away.
Oh.
He said, Mr. Green Jeans gets in high gear. He said, and I'm texting him. He said, I sent a picture of it to him. And he said, my buddy goes, no, I've got one. I don't care. I'm shooting. So he said, Mr. Green Jeans.
Run, Ernest Lee. We got to get the heck out of here.
He said, so his buddy fires. And Mr. Green Jean takes off running towards the gunshot. He said, at that point, he said, I'm coming down the tree. He said, because I'm getting back to my pickup and I'm leaving.
Good gracious.
He said, Bailey, as I was coming down the tree, got my climber on my back and I'm huffing it to the truck. This massive 10-point is walking towards me from my truck. He said, hell, if I get caught, I get caught. At this point, he said, I throw up. He said, I throw up and shoot him. He said, and I hit him, and he turned around and ran towards my truck.
Oh, my word.
It was like a sign.
God. He said he ran about 75 yards and landed about 20 yards from the truck.
My word.
It just wasn't his time to go.
So while he's running, you know, the deer sees him and runs away from him,
sure,
towards the truck, and he hits him, and he dies 20 feet from the truck, or 20 yards from the truck. He said, I am just running, scoop up the deer on one hand. He said, the adrenaline's pumping, and I'm running and dragging this deer. He said, I cram him in the back of my truck. He said, and by the grace of God, those horns tilted down. He said, I knew he was big, but I didn't get a chance to look at how big he was. He said, they tilted down. He said, and I got in the truck, and he said, as soon as I took off, and the first stop I did, it slid him up on the He said, because I made one turn, and Mr. Green Jean is sitting there in his truck. And he said, he flags me over, and he said, thankfully, he was on my far side. He said, and it was getting a little dusky. He said, I had thrown a jacket on over my camo. And he stayed on the other side of his truck. And he said, and I rolled the window down. He said, howdy, man, what's going on? He said, Mr. Green Jeans looked at him and said, did you hear any shooting back there? What are you doing back here? Oh, I'm just visiting my buddy, man. I got a buddy that lives in the neighborhood right there. That's how close we were to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he said, well, you seen anybody come in and out of here? He said, somebody's in here shooting, and I got to find him. Old ZJ looked at him and said, yeah, I saw a gold pickup truck on the other side over there. The gold pickup truck belonged to one of his buddy's neighbors. So he said his buddy wound up shooting an 8-point. That was the shot that he fired, and getting away from it. And he got away with his 10-point. And he said, but since then, his buddy has moved. And he said, now I'm trying to figure out how to get back in the woods, but I don't have a real good excuse for why I'm over there.
That is impressive. Meanwhile, me and Turner have gotten tickets duck hunting, and all we killed were squirrels.
Oh,
life ain't fair sometimes. Is
if that would have been me, they would have searched the truck. They'd have dismantled the truck. I would still be in jail.
They had impounded the truck.
If it had been me, they'd have cavity searched me for that.
So there's pouring out for old ZJ and the outlaw that he is. He made it.
Oh, that's
That
terrible.
is what a legend.
What a legend.
What a dude.
We are not condoning illegal behavior or running from law enforcement.
No left-handed hunting, but man, what a heck of a story.
No left-handed hunting. This like one of my favorite moments. Big John Reeves, the Alaska gold guy, on Rogan, allegedly. Allegedly? Yes, allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly, if you couldn't fully man it.
Yeah, right.
It tastes kind of tough.
Good gracious, guys.
Oh,
well,
man.
Let's wrap it up because we're counting down to the big. This is our the end of our part 2 Christmas extravaganza. Before we go, we're around the hour mark. we're going to dive into a little bit of sports, a little bit of college football, because this is a Mississippi thing, but it's also a countrywide thing as big as college football is. Let's dive into this Lane Kiffin nonsense, because I have drank a 64-ounce Haterade this morning, and I am prepared. I'm cocked and ready.
So I'll preface this and say I'm not much of a sports guy. I enjoy playing sports,
but that's a good what is it? Impartial third party.
Sure. But I will say this from what has been explained to me from you and from listening to the Almost Athletes podcast.
Will has nothing to offer here.
Fair
I don't.
enough.
I could care less about.
But go ahead.
Well, what I'll say is, this really is as much as Lane Kifford is doing.
Kiffin, but yeah.
Kiffin.
Clifford.
I love Clifford, the big red dog.
My youngest son loves Clifford and calls him Pifford. Daddy, can we watch Pifford?
Our love made Clifford grow so big, so the pirates had to leave their home.
Oh my word!
Oh, I have flashbacks to PBS.
My youngest son watches it too. But anyway,
anyways, the whole thing, as much as it is his fault and he is not doing the right thing, I'm not going to defend him at all.
Sure.
But one of the Dude Perfect guys, I think it was Garrett, pointed out, he's like, this is also a league problem.
Oh, absolutely.
This needs to be changed. Coaches should not be able to do this until the off season.
Absolutely.
Because you should not have devotion and effort that you're putting in to one set of players and then know you're going to go up against one of their main rivals and go work for them.
Well, and I'll say this because I'm a little more in sports than y'all are. Again, there's a bunch of allegedly right now with Lane's personal life and some things coming out that some of us all kind of suspect, but none of it's true. We don't know. I'm not going to speak on it. But just to that problem, and you want to get mad at Lane and you want to get mad at LSU, but here's the deal. This is where it goes further back. This is where NIL led us. Okay, and let's break that down because I've been banging this drum since the beginning of this NIL nonsense.
Yeah.
NIL stands for name, image, likeness.
Yep.
Okay. You should have been able, and I think back I believe it was Terrell Pryor. He played for Ohio State and then for the Raiders a little bit. He got in trouble, had to leave school, went in the supplemental draft, because he traded some memorabilia he signed to pay for some tattoos. And it was a big deal, and he got basically kicked out of school for it.
Which is ridiculous.
You should be able to, if I am a quarterback at the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and I want to go cut a car commercial for the Mercedes-Benz dealership outside of Tuscaloosa, I should be allowed to do that. That's my name, image, likeness, and I can go use that to make money. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. We talked about EA is going to put out a sports video game.
NCAA football.
They're going to put out the NBA 2K. They're going to put out, the Madden every year.
Yeah.
And if you're on it, if you're on the roster that year, you should get a cut.
But the problem is from the get-go, and I knew where this was going to end, a lot of us did, is that we skipped that and we went to pay for play. We went to the college is going to pay the athlete. And I'm going to explain to everybody why this was a bad idea, because the first thing, the arguments I heard was these poor college kids, excuse me, well, the college is making so much money off these football teams. It's a crime. It's a shame. These poor players, the university's making all this money off tickets and TV and jerseys, and they're just they see the number. They see the gross number. I don't have an exact number, but let's just say college A made $6 million last year. Or, $60 million, whatever that number is. Here's what people don't understand. And this is why it is killing the small guy right now. LSU, and these numbers come from, I would have to go back and look, but it was like 2021. It was after COVID.
Sure.
Louisiana State University, who we're talking about now, is one of the bigger schools in the Southeastern Conference.
Absolutely.
It is one of the top tier programs for not only football, but for baseball and basketball. You have had stars recently come out of LSU playing the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
LSU has had people like Shaq,
Yeah. Even Olympic sports.
Gymnastics. LSU, yeah. LSU is a big deal.
Sure.
And I believe it was 21. They put the profits out for the sports. At the top, football made, and I don't remember the numbers, but let's call it
millions of dollars.
I want to say it was in the 50s, maybe.
Jeez.
Basketball barely made a little bit, and every other sport in that school lost money.
Yeah, football subsidizes the rest of your money.
Football is not, oh, well, they're just getting rich. I mean, people are getting rich. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That's corporate America. Football finances the rest of the school.
Correct.
Including women's sports and all of your non-revenue sports.
Oh, absolutely.
You should have, and college athletics should be, because I hear this too from well, I can cut that, I can shut off all of it, and I don't care what we need college sports for. College sports is for the betterment of society. It is to teach people how to work together for a common goal.
Yeah.
That is what it's there for.
I agree.
You should have the ability to play college sports, whether that's golf, whether that's tennis. Women should have the ability to compete in women's sports. That takes money. Football finances all of it.
All of those have to have a coach. All of those usually have to have some type of trainer. You have to have somebody drive the bus. You have to have equipment. And if football is what generates the income for all of that to encompass, let alone the rest of the college that benefits from it, the biology department, the history department,
why? And I forget the numbers. I'm round numbers here. Why did Alabama pay Nick Saban $10+ million a year? Because they showed the numbers when he started winning. The amount of the enrollment went up like some astronomical number, like 40% of people just going to school.
And the reason why you're bringing up the players and the incentivization is because that then bleeds into the coaches. It's because now we can pay to get the best players, and we can pay to pull what we think may or may not.
I'm heading there. Oh, I'm heading there.
I don't care about if he's a good coach or not, but he's had this winning streak.
Yeah.
And to your point, what we talked about, not to show your hand a little bit, but Ole Miss says, okay, we can match what LSU can do. But Ole Miss, as big as Ole Miss is, now granted, we're all from Mississippi. We all know Ole Miss is a big school. It does not compare to Alabama, LSU.
No.
And even if they could match what he's getting paid, they can't match what his support is. They can't match his team. They can't match what they could give athletes. So he's going to a bigger pond. Look, it's not a bad idea. I get why he's doing it.
Well, more on that in a minute. Not to.
No. Go ahead.
Before I lose my place because I'm lost in stupidity.
Aren't we all?
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
But now, what that turning and I know people are saying, you're ranting about NIL. What's this got to do with Lane Kiffin? Bear with me a second. So what it led to now is that we have fans and boosters and alumni, the stuff we used to puke at that they were doing under the table, we used to put whole colleges on probation for. We're doing it out in the open, and they're just paying for athletes.
Oh, yeah.
And so there is no loyalty in players. It is pay for play. It is the Wild Wild West. So what that has done with the coaches, you now have to get such a head start to get ahead of everybody because there's no rules, there's no structure to build your program. Because first of all, NIL is killing the small program.
Yes.
Southern Miss, their coach bouncing after 1 year, and everybody's mad about that.
Yep.
It is killing the small program. And now, if you're going to be a who's who, because we know we can get NIL money and we know we're a big program, we're doing stupid stuff because we can get away with it.
Correct.
LSU, whether you like Brian Kelly or not, I got it. They had issues. I'm not saying he wouldn't have got fired anyway. Because of this little organism, this canvas, this landscape we have created, LSU fired a 34-14 coach in the middle of the season. If you'd have said that 10 years ago, somebody would have said, this is insanity.
Yeah.
But we've created a landscape of like, okay, we just got to cut ties. We know we can get that money back with NIL anyway. It doesn't matter, even though we got to pay his absurd buyout. We're going to tie it up in litigation and and try to get some of that money back. We're going to get it all back in NIL. But the jump we get on all the other programs will pay off because we get Lane Kiffin first.
Yeah, and we can build out next year's team while we're halfway through the season,
which is insanity
of this year.
And you can't, because there's no rules, because there's no structure, you, in a way...
It's like Little Caesars. There's no rules! Put your shirt back on!
There's one rule!
There's one rule!
But in some ways you can't fault them because that's kind of what you have to do if you're going to be competitive. It's like you go, hey, guys, it's nothing personal. It's just good business. It's a little bit sleazy, but, hey, we're going to take him.
And there's no honor in it, but then you're like, nobody else has got honor in it.
Exactly. And good head coaches are at such a premium that, first of all, we think Lane Kiffin's a good coach. Never mind. I just made a bunch of people mad. But there's such a premium for coaches that can handle a top-tier program. It's such a cutthroat environment to try and get one. It's like, hey, we've got no choice. We've got to burn this place down so we can have a shot at Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, which, like you said, is the death of the small school. Well, it's going to be the death of the middle side school because
it is.
Ole Miss is not a quote unquote small program.
I mean, but it is, in football terms and what we're talking about, it is a 3-star program. Correct. It's not a 5-star program.
Correct. Which means that places like Southern don't have a shot. Snowball's chance in Hades.
They don't, because that's why this guy, basically turned Southern around in 1 year, and now he's bounced to not even don't get me wrong, Memphis, as far as a smaller school, is a top-tier program, but it's not LSU. It's not Alabama.
It's not even Ole Miss.
Again, it's not even Ole Miss. You talk about the cutthroat of like, I got to get that next step. I got to get that next pay grade. This is what it takes now. This is the environment. Well, I have to bounce on Southern Miss, and I have to go take this next step to further my career.
And to connect those dots, you see that with the players from the NIL.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see it with the coaches.
Exactly. And it's
players following coaches as well, because didn't the Southern Miss guy had a bunch of kids from Ohio come with them?
Yep. Yeah. And see,
and a lot of Ole Miss guys are talking about transferring to LSU next year.
And so, kids mirror what they see. This is the environment we've created, and it's just full circle. Everybody's doing it. The coaches do it. The players do it.
Yeah.
And there has got to be some sort of – I wish it would go back to, hey, you can make money with your name. We're not doing pay for play. That we have let that Pandora's box open. That train has left the station.
And that's the problem.
You'll never
get it fixed.
You'll never get it fixed, but you've got to put some guidelines on it.
Yeah.
Because you're ruining the small school. You are ruining what college athletics should be about. And it's not sustainable.
No.
So
do you think that the putting the guidelines on of you can't leave until the off season?
Yeah, I think you do like you used to, and you say, I'm for implementing the old transfer rule, and if you transfer, you got to sit a year, because that's before NIL. If you to keep people from doing this,
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I say go back to if you transfer, you got to sit a year.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't another reason that they're doing this, like hopping during the season, is because of they start what is it called? It's not the draft. What is it called whenever you get picked by a college or?
Oh, recruitment.
Recruitment, because they do it the second after the season is over.
They do, but that's part of this too, is they need to put not just coaches leaving or players leaving. They need to put some rules back on the recruiting about it's happening in the season right now of they're talking to JUCO guys or small college guys, and the big colleges are poaching the little guys.
Yeah.
And
which you saw that even coaching middle school of, a coworker of ours, was saying that too. Of like, you've got guys that want to show out for junior college recruiters and not playing well or as a team in middle school and high school. And what can I show out? And so then your team hegemony is gone.
And it all comes from the top. This is what, again, it's almost like, didn't the Bible say something about money?
You can't serve two masters.
It's the root of all evil, something like that. But it's ruining everything. Yeah. And it's, it's not fair. No, let me tell you what's not fair. Life is not fair, for one. Yeah. Second of all, you pitched a little fit, and now you can go make a couple $1 million, which you're going to blow anyway, most of you, because you're too young and too stupid to handle it.
Yeah, you're 19 years old.
You're 19 years old, just like I would have.
Oh, yeah, nobody did.
I'd have some cool stuff, man.
You got what you wanted, and now other high school recruits, that guy that, was maybe not on the radar, maybe a 3-star or 2-star recruit, but he walked on and he developed and he wound up having a good career. You've killed him off. You've now hurt high school and now middle school athletics because you're acting like a big shot, and you got the cars and the fame and whatever, acting like an NFL player when you're college, and that middle school player sees you on Snapchat and they're trying to act just like you.
Yeah.
And it has destroyed the wholesomeness of American football. That's what all this has done. And Lane Kiffin, this whole situation is just a microcosm of what's wrong with college football right now.
And it's come directly from that. Like, this is what we were leading to. And it'll only get more egregious.
Unless, again, I don't know how you fix it. I don't know, other than, you can put some rules in place to try and, mitigate it. But
and on that depressing bombshell.
right. But again, we'll see. I think, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. It's just not just the coaching landscape, but also just the Ole Miss LSU dynamic, because there are these coaches, and I think Lane is this. This is just my opinion. There are these coaches, and Mike Leach, God rest his soul, that passed away coaching State. He was one of these guys. There are guys that go to a 3-star program, and they elevate guys, and they accomplish way more than they should, and then they leave and they go to a big school and they can't replicate it. And it's weird and it don't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like Dan Mullen, former State coach, was that way, and I feel like Lane kind of fits into that mold.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see if he.
Well, he's only got a season, because as we've seen at LSU, if he doesn't, if he doesn't do better.
I mean,
his predecessor.
Which that's, again, this crazy money grab, and we've got to be competitive.
It's crazy because it's almost suicidal, because it's like, because I'm just cutting and running from Ole Miss. LSU can cut and run from me.
Well, yeah, and you think about how fast they moved on from Coach O, and I know there was a lot of stuff going on there, but I'm like, that dude just won your national championship.
Exactly.
I mean, my Auburn friends out there, y'all fired everybody that's ever won y'all a national championship. Mm-hmm. Like, the rate that we move away from people, it's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that depressing bombshell. But guys, that's kind of been a year in review. We've talked about a bunch of different stuff. Thank you. Just from the guys here, if y'all want to say anything, thank y'all so much for your support in the infancy of this podcast. We look forward to next year is going to be chock full of content, not just from the podcast, but also some our other projects. And we look forward to taking that journey with you. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
Merry Christmas. Christ is King. If you aren't saved, repent, believe on the gospel, and be baptized.
There
I
you
love
go.
y'all.
Amen.
Yeah, I'll echo that and say, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. God bless you, and I pray that you will draw near to Christ this year. And like Will said, be saved, get baptized, be in the church, seek Him first.
I'm going to echo that. Merry Christmas. And I'm going to quote Roy Rogers. Good night, good luck, and may the good Lord take a life.
Woohoo!